Hey there, welcome to the Eurostep, a Milwaukee Bucks podcast, proudly a part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network and GSPN, and presented by our pals at Prize Picks. I am Ty Windisch, one of your hosts, joined on this glorious Thursday morning, as always, by the righteous Rohan Katti. Rohan, good morning.
Good morning. Am I righteous because I haven't been arrested by the FBI this morning?
I mean, I don't think everyone who hasn't is, but I do think you are. How's that?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What a fun morning.
Yeah.
More to come.
More to come. Probably during the podcast. We'll see. Maybe it won't matter at all. There's a gambling ring thing going on. So far, no current Bucks involved. So we will soldier on because we do have a lot of current Bucks to talk about, Rohan. Milwaukee Bucks 1-0. Never lost.
They're back. The regular season's back.
Did you even do the tweet?
I did.
Oh, I didn't look. I should have looked. Whoops. I'll go retweet it later.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, for me. Yeah.
But yeah, the Bucks basketball is back. Game 1 is in the books. They have their home opener against the Washington Wizards. Khris Middleton's return.
Yeah.
All the feels. All the feels. Tribute video is kind of bad.
Doc must not be happy.
Yeah.
He said he was going to make sure.
What did you think about it?
Honestly, I didn't watch it yet.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I plan on watching it today, but I missed it live, baby duties. And I didn't want to go back during the game because I felt like I would get too distracted.
Yeah.
But I've heard that's the consensus, yeah. Why? Explain it to me.
It's just a lot of nothing.
What does that mean?
It's like it looked like something that the NBA social media account would put together for the start of a season.
Like it was just highlights? Did they have no like off-court stuff?
Yeah.
Did they have We Effing Did It?
Yeah, they did. They said that, but there was no like emotion behind it at all. It was just like, hey, here's a bunch of Khris highlights.
Yeah.
There was no. It was just nothing.
What? How do you put emotion? Does it need a narration, do you think?
Yeah, remember the Luka tribute video?
No. Wasn't it bad?
No, it was good.
Oh, that's ironic.
Yeah. And then you have Luka just sitting there crying because it's so emotional.
Yeah.
There's just none of that.
That's
for Khris. It felt disrespectful, honestly.
Wow. I'll have to watch it so I can weigh in.
Yeah, you'll have to. But that's my opinion. I did not like it at all. I had to double check and say, was this the actual tribute video?
Was it the length? Was it long enough? It was like 2 minutes, I think. That seems okay.
I don't even.
Just the emotion wasn't there.
It was 2 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. It just didn't. It didn't feel like anything.
Well,
it didn't feel like anything at all.
The on-court return did feel like something. I think a really good standing ovation. I think multiple for Khris. And he was good. 23 points for number 22 there. 63% from the field. Like Khris played pretty well overall, but thankfully the Bucks were able to handle the Wizards and start 1-0. Never lost, as you tweeted. Was it the start of the Myles Turner era?
Long.
Oh, it was 1 minute. That's not long enough.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little upset about it.
I can tell.
Anyway, the Bucks are 1-0.
Yeah. So a pretty exciting first game. It seemed like Milwaukee was going to be able to cruise to the victory here. Really strong first half for the Bucks, but due to a couple of factors, one of which is an unfortunate injury that we will discuss, the second half got a lot closer. The Wiz actually outscored the Bucks in the third quarter, 37-29. Bucks gave up a 37-point quarter to the Wizards. Although the Bucks did win the second and fourth quarters by 2 points apiece and dominated the first quarter. That was really the difference, where they won 40-23 for a 133-120 win. And before I forget to do this, which is kind of becoming a bit that we used to do this so much, Giannis was sensational. 37 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, and only 2 turnovers. Shot 16 of 26 from the field, 1 of 3 from deep. He's like 850 away from catching Khris Middleton. He said on the Thanalysis pod he was going to do it. Now he's one closer, and then 4 of 7 from free throw, which isn't great, but whatever. It's a pretty small sample, smaller than it probably should have been. I think the whistle in the second half was kind of garbage as well, to be quite honest with you. But Giannis dominated in kind of the role we expected. I mean, didn't have the
in 26 minutes and 45 seconds.
That part is wild too. He had 4 personals, which I think really limited, cost him a few first half minutes and probably some in the second half as well. Although it does seem like Doc is comfortable going to that bench. And we do know Giannis did miss some of camp in preseason because he had the COVID. So that may be a factor as well in trying to limit his minutes a little bit. Although really none of the starters played a lot. No Buck hit 30 minutes in this game.
No, everyone was it's kind of the rotation we thought it would be. A lot of different guys playing a bunch of minutes. We were wondering how deep Doc would go in his rotation tonight. At least in the first game, and you're getting at least 10 deep there.
Yeah, less than I thought. I mean, really 10 because I don't know. I don't know if we see Amir Coffey.
It's because of the KPJ.
Yeah, KPJ gets injured, which we'll talk about. But the Coffey started playing after that, and then Sims, Harris, Ajax, and Thanasis get in, but only for garbage time at the very end. Which, by the way, I'll forget this if I don't talk about it now. I mean, we're talking about investigations. We might have to include Brian Keefe on a tanking investigation here. So the Wizards red hot from 3 the whole second quarter. Down 13 with a minute 40-some left, maybe a minute 50, which obviously isn't a lot of time, but we all just saw what the Pacers did their whole playoff run.
Anything is possible.
I mean, if you get a turnover and 2 stops and 3 threes, suddenly it's a 4-point game with I don't know, a little less than a minute left. Intentionally fouls in the bonus to bring in the whole deep bench, including Bucks legend AJ Johnson, which to me was just listen, it's a little thing, and I don't think they were going to win the basketball game anyway, but to just completely be we're going to for sure not win this game in night 1 of the regular season, yes, the Wizards are indeed tanking again this season. That was one of the most blatant I think I can ever recall seeing of just
it was bad.
We're not going to win this basketball game. If you want to put in your deep bench in that situation, fine. Intentionally fouling down just over 4 possessions in a game with 2 minutes left, if everything goes right for you, crazy to me. Just saying yeah, we're going to be down 15 now.
Lisa and Marcus were just okay.
They were just yeah, fun game, but let's not make it too fun here. Wild stuff there.
Crazy. But yeah, we saw Doc essentially run a 10-man rotation in this game. And this is going to be it's going to be basketball by committee for this Bucks team. And we saw that with some of how the minutes were distributed throughout the entire rotation. Like you were saying, no one gets to above 30 minutes. Ryan Rollins is the highest with 29. And, it's going to be whoever's night it is. Every night it's going to be a different guy. I mean, hopefully there's some repeats in there. You run out of guys real quick.
Yeah.
10 games into the season, you're well, guess it's Ajax time.
Alex Antetokounmpo.
Oh yeah. But it was I don't know. It just seemed like how we thought it would be.
Yeah, my big question on just the overall rotation, we'll go through player by player like we usually do, is I wonder how much of Sims not being in was matchup based, because if you look at the Wiz, they realistically only play 1 center in their whole rotation. Marvin Bagley came in as a power forward. I'd call him a center now. Alex Sarr starts at the 5 for them. Not really a center. I mean, he's big, but
I'd say he is, but not traditional.
He's a small center, right? I mean, I'm not saying Sims is a bad matchup for him, but I do wonder if teams have more size, if we'd see Sims more. Bagley only played 14 minutes.
Sims is a small center.
Well, yeah, but I guess that's fair.
Even though he plays like a bigger center, I get what you mean.
Yeah, and I just don't know if Bagley is it's not like the Wizards were dominating on the glass or anything like that either. That's
they were at times.
Well, yeah, but it was more of their perimeter players. It wasn't Bagley or Sarr 10 offensive rebounds combined. They had 1 combined or 2.
Yeah. It'd be nice if you can probably get some size. There's a lot of issues that we've seen with the Bucks in years past, kind of showing again. Again, it's a good win. I'm not trying to just be insanely negative.
Yeah.
So let's start with the positives first. Actually, I'm going to change my mind. This Bucks team is fast.
Yeah.
This Bucks team pushes the pace. This Bucks team is athletic. They were everything we thought they could be in terms of the way they play, the way they get out and run immediately. They look like a completely different team out there. It's really refreshing to see it. They were just, I mean, the shooting is not going to be that sustainable in terms of like first quarter shooting, not overall.
Yeah, first quarter.
But first quarter, that barrage was just something to behold, and just it was crazy. You just had everyone going off from deep and just firing away. It was truly magical. I mean, KPJ 2 of 3, AJ Green 3 of 3, Trent 1 of 3, but he caught fire later. But
the Bucks, 61.5% from 3 in that first quarter as a team. So that I think 8 made threes. So that's how you get a 40-point quarter to start the season.
Yeah. They looked like they had a cohesive game plan and went out there and executed it well.
And then in the second half, part of the reason the Wiz were able to get back into it, Milwaukee was 5 of 16 from deep, which is 31.3%. Not great. AJ was 0 of 2. Rollins was 0 of 2. Anthony missed his only one. Prince, Turner, Giannis, and Gary all knocked down threes. The Wiz in the second half were 10 of 23 from deep, including 3 of 4 from Bub Carrington, who is now an enemy in this house. And they were 46% in that third quarter, which is when Bub made all of his. So that red-hot shooting and that variance is definitely going to play a role in games this year, kind of going back to the Bud days where, I think they didn't generate terrible shots in the second half, but they just didn't fall as often. You'd like to get AJ Green some more looks for sure. But that's just, if the other team hits their threes and you don't, it's just going to be difficult. So it was nice to see, even with that happening and the injury to KPJ, which I think threw off their rotations a little bit, the Bucks still, the Wizards got it to single digits, but the Bucks did a pretty good job, I thought, of pushing it back out and kind of holding a safe lead down the stretch. Until, again, Brian Keefe was like, this game's over now. We're done.
Yeah, I'm deciding.
It's over.
You guys do not get a say in this.
No.
This game is over. It was also tough because of some of the Bucks guards getting in foul trouble. I mean, like AJ Green getting in early foul trouble, Cole Anthony getting into some foul trouble. It kind of threw things off. Yeah,
so KPJ gets hurt. I think his second stint in the game, or maybe it was his first. He'd only played 9.5 minutes. Started out great. I think looked really good. Had 10 points, 2 assists, and a steal. And was doing the thing that I think is going to be important for him, which is took some shots off the dribble, but I think both of his made threes, he relocated to the corner in the action and hit catch and shoot threes, which that's going to be big for him to be the point guard on the Giannis team. And I think he's been pretty good at that generally as a Buck. And he draws a ton of fouls on threes, which is certainly grifting, but I never mind grifting when it's on behalf of the Bucks versus against the Bucks. Really stunk. So he turned his ankle, stepping on Bobby Portis, trying to play defense. Cam Whitmore kind of just threw him. Cam Whitmore is a bowling ball, by the way. Doc said it didn't look good. They're going to do an MRI today. I don't know if we'll have any news on that before the end of the pod. We could, but I'd guess probably not.
He went all doomer post game. He's like, I saw it. Didn't look good.
I know. I was like, he sprained his ankle. Why is he talking like the leg is just going to be amputated or something?
I know. That's what I thought.
It's probably going to be a couple weeks, right? That's the kind of the worst case.
Or a week.
Yeah, I don't know.
Marcus on the broadcast was like, I'll be back in 2 days.
He is young. That's the thing. No disrespect to the legend Khris Middleton, who had a nice game and should have had a better tribute video, but I did feel differently seeing 25 or whatever year old KPJ sprain an ankle than I would have Chris or Dame or someone like that.
Yeah. Oh God, can you imagine Brook Lopez spraining his ankle?
I literally was I've never seen Brook get hurt on the court, so I couldn't say that, but that'd be terrifying.
Yeah. Hopefully that keeps up.
Is that crazy? I don't think it's a Buck he ever got hurt on the floor. I think he played through that Nets game with the bad back and then got the back surgery, but I don't think he ever was down and left the game.
No.
That's an Iron Man. That's it. We've literally never seen him bleed. He's like Drago.
Oh man. Yeah. Brook Lopez, what a guy. Oh, the Clippers, man.
Yeah. So you when you were talking about the Bucks and they're so young and it's so refreshing to see, I do actually think their pace also a second half factor in addition to shooting was I think the Bucks got tired, which also is why I think the starters didn't play as much. Like they did a lot of running, and the Wizards tried to run too. The Bucks did a good job not letting them. But I was reminded of the Clippers, who are very old. They're not even, I mean, they have some young guys there, but they're pretty old, in total.
I think they're the oldest team in the NBA.
I think so. And they certainly, like Chris Paul obviously helps that, and they have an athleticism deficit. We can certainly say that. Like Derrick Jones Jr. is very athletic, but then they're starting Harden. They start Harden, Beal, Kawhi, Zubats, and then John Collins is athletic, but you also bring in like Chris Paul, Brook Lopez, some of these other guys off your bench. And we played that game for 2+ years, and the athleticism deficit thing sucks. Like, it's very hard. And just like the Clippers did, the Bucks had all those games where they just get ran out of the gym by bad teams. And that was my first thought seeing that Clippers score for the first time. They trailed by 20 for like the entire game. And yeah,
they started Derrick Jones, not John.
They started Derrick Jones, yeah. But so they had like one athlete on the floor at all times, which again, the Bucks did that with Andre Jackson Jr., and it doesn't make up for the other 4 guys being non-athletic. And it's just hard to win that way in the modern league when
and then you lose by 21 to Utah.
Is it like literally like those Nets games, the Bulls games, like we've seen that play out so many times. And I was like, thank God that's not what we had to watch.
No, the Bucks are super. I think you're right. I think they did get tired. They're going to need to get better at conditioning.
Yeah, for sure.
And then again, it's game 1. They're going to play themselves into shape. Not that they're in bad shape, but like game shape.
Yeah.
So that should be a problem that's lessened as the season goes on, but immediately it does like, oh, they have a tough time catching up with their own pace. Yeah. But it's good that they're playing with that pace to begin with.
Yeah.
It looked awesome, man.
The stats...
You see that Bucks team and you're like, there was these times last year, I think I said this on the pod, where I was like, I'm watching the Celtics, I'm watching the Knicks, I'm watching the Cavs, and I'm watching the Thunder, and I'm like, oh, the Bucks just can't compete with these teams. Like, just the way that they play, the way they execute, I was like, there's just no shot. They're playing a different sport compared to what the Bucks were playing. Yeah. I see this Bucks team, at least that first half, and again, it's one game, first half, against the Wizards, who intentionally threw the game at the end.
Yeah.
They look good. They look really good. They look like a cohesive basketball team.
The Bucks won fast break points, 22-18, not something they did a lot last year.
Taurean Prince is out there running and dunking.
We'll talk about TP. I actually thought this was one of his best games as a Buck. The Bucks won points off turnovers 17-1. They allowed a single point off their turnovers, which it helps when you only turn it over 8 times. But that's really good. They won basically every single except team rebounds, which who cares? They won every single like one of these metrics the NBA tracks. They had more points in the paint. They had a biggest lead of 22. The Wizards never led. And then I don't even know what that is. Bench points. They had one more bench point. They had 47 points off their bench, which, again, this was one of the questions is like, is it just going to be Giannis or is it going to be everyone else? Giannis actually was kind of quiet scoring the ball until like the middle of the third quarter when things got tight. And I think that's a fine formula for the Bucks if they can say, Giannis just kind of take what's there, which I thought he played very well in the flow of the offense earlier in the game. And they opened up all the threes. And you could feel it happening in real time. Like the threes got a little tight. And Giannis is like, okay, I'll just go be the destroyer of worlds for 6 minutes, and now we're up by 18 again. And I think that's fine. Like, you don't want Giannis to have to do that all game, all season. But, I mean, he is one of the best players in the absolute world, a top 2 player in the world. I don't have a problem with him having like a 6-minute stretch every game where he's like, okay, I'm just going to go dominate the other team now. That's kind of why you have a guy like that. So I thought the balance was good between like, I'm just going to go dunk on Alex Sarr every time versus I'm going to play within the offense. That's something Giannis has gotten a lot better at as the years have gone on, and I thought the balance was on display too.
Yeah, it really was. There was a lot of patience with Giannis in the way he was playing. There was a lot of just him in transition also as not only a finisher but as a playmaker too.
Their transition looks so good, dude.
It's like, oh, they actually learned how to play basketball.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's happened the last couple of years. It's the same head coach. It's the same coaching staff.
Well, there's a big difference on offense.
There's a few differences.
Yes. Few differences, yeah.
Yes, there are a few differences. But we used to talk about how Ajax, I'll go back to what you were saying earlier in regards to Utah, one athlete doesn't fix it.
Yeah.
We were talking, like, I guess years ago at this point, or last year, about how, having Ajax in the starting lineup gives Giannis like a running mate,
Yeah.
someone to go run with him in transition. That's the entire lineup now.
Yeah.
That's the entire lineup, and it makes such a big difference because that way is if there's only one other person, the opposing defense, who will get back on defense, is able to just contain that fairly easily. When it's the entire team, you have no shot.
Especially when it's one guy who won't shoot the basketball.
Especially when it's one guy
Ajax
who's probably the most. Yeah,
Ajax is just running back, gets to the paint 2 feet in, and then just whips the ball somewhere.
No one in front of him. He really is the Ben Simmons, Trae Young thing.
Yeah.
But just every possession. Congrats on making the roster, Ajax.
Yeah.
But no, especially when one of the guys, the main guy in transition, might be one of the greatest transition players of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly.
It just makes life so much easier. And if you can do that, like not just one every like 15 or 20 possessions, but like maybe one every 5 or 4 possessions, it makes a big difference in how your offense looks.
100%. I wanted to go through the Bucks player by player. We already talked about a few, but first I want to go through our friends at Prize Picks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform of all time, where you can utilize stacks and pick the same players multiple times in your lineups. You can utilize flex plays. So if you have a 3, 4, or more pick projections on your slate, you don't even need to get all of them right. I actually had a flex play for night 1 of the season, and I did get them all right, but I'm not mad because I love the security of a flex play, and Giannis's points were a little low for a while, so I wasn't totally confident. I was like, maybe I'll just, have 3 of these plays hit, but I did have all 4. Eventually, I was messaging you, Rohan. I had Giannis points goblin time. I was like, kind of a feel-out game. If you're unfamiliar, goblin time means they lower the projection. Demon time means they raise it with subsequent, changes to your potential payouts as well. I was like, it might be a Giannis feel-out game. Maybe he'll have double-digit assists. So 24.5 points for Giannis. And he was trending the farthest behind on any of these. I was like, if I lose on goblin time Giannis points, I'm going to be upset. He ends with 37. I think I could have done demon time. So he certainly got there. AJ Green points, 8.5 was the projection. I was like, he's a starter. He's taking 10 threes a game. He actually didn't take very many, but he did end up with, I think he had 9 first quarter points. So that's always good to just have a projection knocked out to start. Had to do Khris Middleton more than points. It was only 13.5, and I know Khris has been a little up and down, but I was like, there's no way he's not going to come out and ball out in this emotionally charged game. He had 23. And then Myles Turner, points, rebounds, and assists combined, it was 21.5, which I think around a double-double plus a couple assists is a pretty solid expectation for Turner. And he didn't even have a great game, but still ended up with 24. So that was a 4 out of 4 flex play dub for me. And I'm looking forward to continuing playing Prize Picks along with the basketball calendar all season long. Of course, you can also add in some football. Those are running concurrently. We've got basketball and football on the same day coming up on Sunday. Those are always good opportunities to mix things up a little bit and incorporate multiple sports into your plays. Plus, Prize Picks offers injury reboots. It is the best way to win cash this season for football, for basketball, for many, I want to say maybe not dozens, probably year-round dozens. There's a lot of different sports within the Prize Picks app. So download it today. Use the link in our bio or description wherever you're watching or listening. Use code EuroStep to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code EuroStep on the Prize Picks app to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. It is good. Felt great. Bucks win. I won. No complaints.
Ty says, find out more. Link in our bio.
I know, right?
There are links in our bio. You should check them out.
I think the link in our bio does actually get you to Prize Picks as well. It is in our link tree.
Check out the links in our bio.
Check out the link in our bio. Go check out all those links. Okay, let's do Myles Turner because I did mention him. We haven't talked about him at all yet. Myles Turner, Bucks debut was a win. Was not the most memorable offensive game. He was 4 of 12 from the field and 2 of 8 from 3, but did contribute 11 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, some playmaking.
5 assists stuff. Stood out to me.
And
it was 3 blocks.
Yeah, the blocks are exciting, dude.
3 blocks, just super athletic. There were times where he got scored on at the rim, but it's like, Some of them were like, you can't do anything about it.
Right.
Unless you're freaking Victor Wembanyama, you're not doing anything about it. Yeah, that's
glad the Bucks got one in 2021. That's all I'm going to say after watching the Spurs Mavs highlights.
Yep. And I'm glad the Spurs don't have like an elite team yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. time clock's ticking. Everyone.
A lot of assets.
Yeah, they should have traded for KD.
No. I think they're going to be watching our games here and hoping it's not going well.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine that would be one where obviously I'm sick and disgusted no matter what if Giannis isn't a Buck anymore, but I'd kind of be like, I kind of get it. Like, what the hell would that even look like?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be sick. When become the Bucks? Yeah, Myles Turner, sorry.
Started off, I believe, 2 of 3 from deep. It looked really cool. He had a poster dunk in the first quarter, and we're like, oh my goodness. You know what's crazy? With that poster, you know what it reminded me of?
What?
It just reminded me of Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
Because it's like, the pump from the corner, and then it obviously was much faster.
Yeah, it's like Brook Lopez sped up.
Going from the corner to the rim, but it kind of did look like that a little bit. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was not pure athleticism. It was like savvy.
Yes, except it was way more athletic.
But more athletic. Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, just pump fakes from 3, gets the guy to jump, and just immediately detonates at the rim. Yeah. It's like, oh, this is a first quarter to remember. Yeah. As the game went on, like you're saying, offense wasn't really there. He was taking his threes, which is good, but they just weren't falling. Yeah. He didn't make a single 3 after the first quarter. But the defense was there. The block shots were there. He didn't really get into foul trouble. And he was passing the ball in terms of like, swinging the ball around the perimeter. The Bucks offense was humming when he was in the game, and it just looked good. It looked like the seamless fit we thought it would be, even if he's not being, an elite offensive player. We talked about this. He doesn't need to be the second leading scorer on this team, but he's still probably like the second most important player on this team, and he really showed it.
Yeah, I mean, you made this point earlier, but
you can't score on Giannis and Turner. We saw that.
Yeah, and for the scoring part of it though, just to really balance. I mean, Giannis had 37. Trent, who we'll talk about, had 17. Kuzma had 12. Excited to talk Kuzma. And then Turner and AJ both had 11. KPJ had 10. Oh, Taurean Prince also had 11. And then Rollins and Anthony both had 9. So, it was what? Is that 7 double-digit scorers or 8 double-digit scorers? No, 7. But then another 2 players who were 1 away. So really, 9 players with 9 points or more is really good balance. I think the Bucks need to have that. There will be some nights where that's not distributed the same, but it was a really nice kind of collective scoring effort, although I do think Turner will generally score more. I mean, if he's knocking down another 3 or 2, suddenly you're getting up to 17 points on the exact same shot diet, and he wasn't even super efficient from 2 either. So still, though, a very fun game where a lot of things were on display. And the passing, like the Bucks have talked a lot about all the little things he does offensively, and a lot of those won't go into the stat sheet, just like rescreening, moving the ball, like keeping the offense going. But actually, he had a lot of success just directly passing to buckets as well. So really liked Myles Turner's game.
Absolutely. I do think he can get a little better as a screener.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of times where you were saying, like, he has to rescreen because the first screen just isn't good enough.
He's probably got to get used to the new players, too. I mean, a lot of that is timing and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wish, just a little stronger in your screens.
Yeah.
But overall, just a really solid game, and he can only be better offensively.
100%. Should we do Kuz?
Who should we go to next? Let's do Kuz. Let's do it. He only in the first half of Kyle Kuzma
had us in the first half. Not gonna lie.
He really did. I was like, oh no, it's worse. It's like I thought it was bad last year after he was traded, and especially in the postseason. Then he comes out and it's like, oh, I thought it was just going to be worse. He's just missing shots at the rim. He's getting everything blocked. It just did not look good at all.
1 of 5 in the first half.
And then in the second half, when the Bucks really needed some scoring, he was able to get to the rim. He didn't take a single just long 2 or midi. In the second half, he was only taking shots at the rim and threes, which is what Doc was getting on him about. So it's like, good that he's actually coachable.
Yeah.
I still don't like him.
I thought I'll just cut you off because we're trying to be positive. And you're just like a huge downer today.
Yeah.
I really
double-digit win for the Bucks in the books, and I'm just like, yeah, let's rip this apart.
One thing I'm gonna keep tracking this. I think on Twitter, follow us at Ty Windisch, at Arcadi Jr., at Eurostep Pod or podcast. I mean, you'll figure it out. They won the Giannis minutes and the non-Giannis minutes, which I think is, I mean, obviously, if you do that, you're gonna win the game every time. But +10, I think, with Giannis, +3 without him. So that's good though. Like, I mean, if you tread water, like slight positive with Giannis off, I think they're going to be a very good team this year, for sure. But Kuzma, I thought the approach to me was very professional. Even in the first half, like he couldn't knock down a shot. Like he missed his threes. I think he missed all of his threes in the game. And I think I don't know if he took any middies at all, actually. I can look up his shot chart later, but maybe like one. But he was getting blocked or like wasn't finishing at the rim, which, as you're saying, we're used to seeing. But I don't, like, you got to keep trying that. You can't give up on taking layups. That's why we have so much ire toward the way Ajax plays sometimes. Like, I'd rather you try. And I don't think many of them were terrible attempts. Like, one time I think Saw or maybe even Kispert just, like, got him, and otherwise it would have been good. Or no, I'm thinking about Bobby, who we'll get to. But
no, it happened to
Kuz too.
Kuz as well. Kuz took, by the way, one shot outside of the paint today, or that were non.
That was not a three. So yeah, one.
And it was one. It was a foot out of it.
Oh yeah. So I think I remember. It was. I didn't love it. I remember it actually, but that one is not. One of his 10 shots was an inefficient look, and it wasn't even that bad.
All of his makes were in the restricted area.
Yeah. So. Like you said, those were all in the second half. But in the first half, he had 3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. That's total for the game. But I think most or all the assists were in the first half. He was just getting the board and really doing the mini Giannis thing we talked about of I'm 6'9", I'm athletic, I'm going to push the ball down the court, put a foot in the painted area, and then see who's open. And he was spraying passes. He had 3 assists. I think he had more than that, where I was like, that's a good pass. You created, Kyle Kuzma, a good offensive possession for the Bucks. That's not something that I was able to say a lot last year, certainly not last playoffs. If he's going to play like that, he's going to help this Bucks team throughout the season. That's exactly what they need in the non-Giannis minutes.
He just needs to look good to Pat Riley and... what's his name? Bobby Webster.
Yeah, Bobby Webster. Matt Ishbia.
But okay, I'll stop being a downer. Matt Ishbia for who?
Brooks.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was like, Grayson?
No, I'm good.
Grayson looked good. Did you see Grayson last night?
No, I didn't.
Grayson had 18.
That's good.
Yeah, my son. Yeah, proud dad moment.
Yeah.
Dude's older than me, whatever.
Yeah.
But Kyle Kuzma, again, it's so hard. It's physically painful for me to say good things about Kyle Kuzma. But he did look good.
Yeah.
In the second half, when he was starting to score at the rim, I was like, okay, that's good. That is really good. He played the way we would absolutely want him to play. And credit to Doc, it causes another problem that we'll get to. Yeah. But he barely played at the 3. There were some minutes where he was out there with two bigs, but that wasn't a very long stretch in the second half where he was out there with Giannis and Turner, I believe.
We got back into the Kuzma TP Giannis center minutes, which I don't like, but I did understand why. I think he did it, and it was because the Kuzma Bobby lineups were just not great. But I don't think that was Kuzma's fault. Kuzma
and also the guards were in foul trouble as well.
Guards were in foul trouble, and one of them was out. So I think that had some weird ripples throughout the rotation. I was like, Kuzma had 2 blocks. I think they were both weak side help defense blocks. And I was like, can he do just enough of that to squeak out 10 minutes a night of Kuzma Bob? No. I don't know. That's a lot to ask. Probably not. He did in Bucks Wizards. So we'll see what happens forward.
Here's the thing. I'm going to say no, he can't, but it's not his fault.
No, I mean, it's asking him to basically be a center defensively, which is a lot to ask a guy who you asked to start small forward the last season. That's hard.
When you say that out loud, it's like,
that's difficult to ask a player to be. That'd be like if Torian Prince needs you to play the 5. which they might do.
It's like asking Taurean Prince to play the 2.
Or the 1, which we might get there as well if we have any more guard injuries.
I'll tell you what, Doc is addicted to having Taurean Prince come set a secondary pick and roll to go get Giannis the ball. Or not a pick and roll, but coming off a down screen to come get Giannis the ball. I was like, he is addicted to that. He has to have at least 5 of those a game.
He does. I think it looked like they got through to Prince a little bit in this game, because his only non-3 was a dunk where he just got right to the rim and dunked. And as much as I do get heartburn every time he dribbles, he looks really athletic for Taurean Prince. And I thought this in the preseason too. We didn't talk about it a bunch. I know a lot of people hate Taurean Prince. I don't. I don't think he's a bad basketball player. It was my hot take during the game in our Discord. But he looks like he's really bought into what they're doing. I mean, how many times was he also having deflections and steals and stuff in the preseason? I thought that carried over as well. He did have 1 steal in this game, 1 rebound, 2 assists for TP, 2 fouls, no turnovers, 3 of 4 from deep, made his only 2, which was that great transition dunk, which I didn't know he could dunk like that either. But he was a plus 12, which was second best in the game behind KPJ, who only played in the rolling first quarter. And it feels like they've gotten through to him and just take threes right away. I think the first play of the third quarter was clearly a drawn-up pin down for Taurean Prince, and he wasn't super open, but he just shot it. And, honestly, just do that every time. You're a really good shooter, Taurean Prince, and I think he sped it up a little bit, but even if he's not fully open, if he gets a non-hand in his face catch-and-shoot 3, that's a good look for the Bucks. He got 4 threes.
Legitimately one of the best shooters in the league.
I think he was he second or third on high volume shooters and 3-point percentage last year? That's insanely good for a player you're bringing off your bench.
And this is why when we heard that he was re-signed back in the offseason, we're like, yeah, that's fine. As long as he's playing the role he should be, he's going to be a good role player. That's what he's been throughout his career. And he's a good player.
Just pay some more attention defensively, which I thought this game wasn't bad. There was 1 or 2
He didn't really get sucked in as much as he usually does.
Yeah, he just gets so distracted.
On help. Yeah, it's just lock in, bro.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered just locking in?
He kind of did in this game. I thought it was a locked-in Taurean Prince game.
Let's talk Bob.
Yeah.
That way we have more positives to talk about.
Yeah, let's get through this one. This is really the only... I mean, I don't think Rollins played great, but
he was the only down stock.
He was the only player who I was I don't like the way he played in this game.
Yeah. And it's something I'm actually proud of myself, because it's something I called out in the preseason where I was like, oh, if we're putting Kyle Kuzma at the backup 4, that means Bob is the backup 5, and that's not going to go well. Yeah. And lo and behold, it didn't go well.
You know
the
what?
Bucks were just they had no rim protection. They weren't rebounding the ball.
Just Kuz weak side. That's all they had.
That's all they had, and that's not even rim protection. It was baseline protection.
Bob only played 17 minutes in this game, by the way. No fouls. So Doc clearly thought the same.
Yeah, because he wasn't doing anything.
I know.
He didn't do a 360 this time.
Crazy thing, though, he's 1 of 6 from the field. No attempted or made threes, obviously. They won his minutes by 6.
Do you know what his one make was? It was a screen and roll, him getting to the rim, and I was like, perfect. And that was his first. That was his first or second shot attempt of the game. I was like, this is perfect. We're getting the good Bob, and then we just never saw.
Yeah, I think one of the issues with him being the center. I mean, obviously defensively, it's bad. I mean, it wasn't. It could have been worse. It was the Wizards, but it
will be bad against good teams.
Yeah, it'll be worse against good teams, and it was bad in this game. They kind of just need to switch everything if they're going to do it, and then it's
which they were.
They did sometimes, but that went better than when you asked him to drop or anything or hedge or any center thing besides switch. It's just a no go. But if he scores at his usual clip, I think it'll be okay. My problem was he took no threes, and I think some of that was he was trying to be around the paint because he's the quote unquote center. But you just don't need to do that in 2025. You can be the center and be away from the paint, and it didn't. It was all bad.
It looked like pre-suspension Bob at times, where he was just trying to be a mid-post offensive player,
or trying to go to the rim, but just couldn't get there.
Yeah, that block by Tsar, it's just oh man, you're 6'10" and you can't dunk.
Yeah,
that's just
I mean, he is.
When's the last time we saw Bobby dunk?
I
was
think we looked it up last year.
Baited.
Yeah, because it was like I think it was like the first alley-oop he caught as a Buck. Didn't we look that up?
Yeah, it was, and that was last season. Crazy.
Yeah, he's not
he just needs to learn how to dunk.
I'm pulling up the b-ball
If
ref.
AJ Green can do it, Bobby, you can do it.
Who dunks first this year, AJ Green or Bobby?
AJ.
Crazy. I'll take Bob on this. He does dunk every year. He had 7 dunks last year. Not very many.
You're 6'10".
But he played 49 games. I know. Guess how many dunks he had the year before? He played all 82, 2,000 plus minutes.
3.
No, 22. Come on.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Actually, last year was the only time he has not had a double-digit dunks in a season, but he only played 49 games. So he's like a dunk every 3 games kind of guy. I know.
He's supposed to be the center.
Well, yeah, it does not do any center stuff.
It goes back to the problem of the Bucks front court just not fitting together in terms of the bench rotations, because you have to play Kuzma at the 4 to maximize Kyle Kuzma, which means you're either playing Bobby at the 5, or you're not playing him with Kuzma, or you're playing Jericho Sims, and then there's where are you going to find the room for all of these guys?
I wonder if the Giannis foul trouble threw anything off, because I do think swapping the pairings makes more sense for their bigs, like Bobby and Giannis and Kuzma and Turner. But I know Doc does like the all-bench lineups as well, and then obviously you can't have Giannis or Turner. But I do think you could probably just mix it up that way, or like, can you do a little, like, maybe Kuzma plays a little less, and you do Bobby and Jericho? I don't know. You can't do Kuzma Jericho, I don't think.
No. I think you could.
Yeah, I wouldn't like
But
it.
there's no real pathway to doing that.
Yeah.
I think as a pairing it would make sense.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't?
No, like, I kind of get it with Giannis Jericho, but I don't even love that. It's just too bad on the spacing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I still don't buy
Kuz
as a shooter. Though. Yeah, it would be pretty good defensively.
I don't think Kuz does either, which is probably for the best.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought his shot looked good in preseason. He shot 30%.
Maybe I'm just spoiled by Giannis, where it's like just having this 6'10" guy just dribbling masterfully and being one of the best ball handlers on the team. And then I just see Kyle Kuzma doing it. I'm like, he just looks like it's his first day with legs.
But he's definitely a top half dribbler at that size, right? Like,
again, I will stand by this take forever. He would be such a better player if he was shorter.
I don't know. As you inherently get better at dribbling if you're shorter? I mean, it's usually
you have a lower
how it
center
goes.
Of gravity, you're closer to the ground. Like,
yeah.
He doesn't use his size to do anything.
He kind of did today. The blocks. It was a good Kuzma game. Let's let him have it. Let's talk about the. Oh, I haven't done AJ yet. Well, let's do it. Yeah, AJ and Gary. Yeah. Really nice.
AJ
Gary
is
Trent
immediately.
Game.
Yeah.
Oh, you go.
No, again, I'm going to get the negatives out of the way so we can talk positives. AJ is immediately getting picked on every game, just defensively. And to his credit, he has been holding up. It's not like he's giving up monster possessions. Again, it's the Wizards. But there were a few times where they tried to ISO him, and he's just like, okay, have fun.
Yeah. I think for it. That they're attempting to pick on him. I don't know if they successfully picked on him in this game.
No, they didn't. He just got some dumb fouls.
Yeah. I mean, at least one.
But the game plan for the opposing team is always, or it has been thus far, to just immediately go and pick on AJ Green, get him into foul trouble.
Yeah, I think that will definitely remain the case.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, but AJ's. You got to learn. You got to stop doing these ticky-tack dumb fouls. Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, oh my goodness, what an offensive performance! I remember you talked about, I think on the last pod. Or maybe it was the previous pod. We've done a lot of pods. Yeah. Especially with 2 a week now. It's going to be like, everything's going to blend together. Don't ask me to remember anything. But you said, like, he might average double digits per game just on made threes alone.
We're close.
He almost got there in the first half.
Yeah. I think he only took 5 threes in the game. Like, that's going to be pretty low for him. So, yeah, he was 1 away and did make a 2, which is always nice to see when AJ does that as well. I don't remember. What 2 did he make? Do you remember?
I think it was a midi.
Oh, okay. I know it wasn't a dunk. He also had 1 assist, no turnovers, 3 rebounds. So, I mean, not the greatest game, but a really nice start for AJ Green. He just didn't really take almost any shots after that.
It was a pull up, sort of in the paint.
Yeah.
That NBA stats. Oh, I just can't read. It does say 2-point field goal. Okay, sorry, NBA stats.
Let NBA stats live. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty unremarkable AJ game. It was nice, but I think he's certainly going to have better games than this going forward.
He looked like a starter.
Yeah.
I will say. As his first game as the full-time starter. For now. I mean, Doc likes to do things. In the NBA, fresh off his new contract extension, he looked good.
Yeah.
He looked really good. He was able to find himself wide open just through his own movement and the gravity of others, and it's like, oh, this is what dreams are made of, man.
I think too, if Giannis, between the foul trouble and maybe conditioning, Giannis playing more should mean more shots for AJ, because they do like to have AJ screen for Giannis. That's one of the Bucks' best single actions they can go to, and we didn't really see a ton of that later in this game. I think we'll see more going forward. But Gary Trent picked up the offensive load. Again, second leading scorer with 17 points, 50% from the field, 5 of 11 from 3. So he took both AJ and Gary took 1, 2 apiece, and they both made them. 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals, something we talked about, although I feel like AJ probably gets a little more discussion for his defense, both positive and negative, honestly. Gary, since the playoffs, has kind of ratcheted up his ball pressure and has turned over opponents at a pretty solid rate. Not Rollins level, but pretty good. And definitely won the first stare down with Bub Carrington.
I was going to say, it's just he's taken over that mantle.
Bub picked the wrongest Buck you could pick, I think, to do that too.
Yeah.
I mean, Thanasis, I guess, if he's in the game. But so Bub.
Or Bob.
Yeah, Bob too. Bub gets in his face, kind of jawing at him. And Gary, no flinch, immediately starts jawing back. And then you could tell Bub, the body language from there was kind of like, all right, somebody hold me back now. I didn't expect it to just be immediate. Usually players are a little taken aback. Even if they're going to jaw back, they're like, wait, what's going on? Because it was a little out of nowhere. And Gary was just immediately like, no, we're not doing this.
He's a second-year player, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of respect that. I think Giannis, even because he had that flagrant foul on Giannis as well, he kind of just threw him down. Where it's like, come on, what are you doing?
That was dirty.
Everything it's always that with Giannis. They always just throw him down. And
well, yeah,
no, I'm just trying to I'm trying to stop him from going up, but then they just keep following.
Well, that's the thing. So he clearly had stopped, because it's a pet peeve of mine for players, Bucks players especially, when you foul a guy going to the rim, but let him get the ball up. You can't, if you already fouled him, you need to not let him shoot, because then it's an and one. But there was clearly the point where you saw the ball's flying out of Giannis's hands, you got his arm down, it's a foul, and then he continues with the downward motion a split second after that, and literally throws him down on his arm, which Giannis was kind of holding his arm and wrist after that. And that's exactly the line of you can grab the arm and start to pull down. Once the shot's over, you need to stop. You can't throw a guy down from there.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously bad. Bub Carrington, you've made the list now.
Yeah. The Gary thing was before this, by the way. So Gary had
a premonition. Gary thing was in the first half.
Yeah.
And then this was late in the fourth.
Yeah.
But then immediately when Giannis gets up, he just looks to Khris. He's like, oh, this is him? I love it.
Yeah.
I effing love it. And it's Giannis is you know what? I respect that the second-year guy has that bit of that edge,
Yeah, I mean,
just do that again, and TA's getting put in.
I was gonna say it's good for Bub that TA didn't get in until after he was out, because we definitely would have seen something if their minutes overlapped at all.
I'd love that. Probably the biggest applause of the night was when TA got the ball at the end. Oh my God, I almost consider giving TA a down stock for not scoring.
Okay, not what I thought you were gonna say. He got to the rim. Let's give him an up stock. But yeah, he did. He missed pretty badly. He's rusty.
Oh, come on. I'm not unreasonable.
We'll let the people judge how you do TA stocks generally. But a nice game for Gary, emotionally and actually on court. And I feel like kind of has fallen underrated actually through like the Bucks summer of like the different players they added, or like what can the point guards do? What's AJ Green going to be with this
Gary's
new deal?
a bona fide scorer in this league.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about in our optimism pod, like he could be the second leading scorer this year. He is right now.
He could be an all-star this year.
Yeah.
He definitely could be. After game 1, though, assuming health, it looks like that's probably, if there was a second all-star, not that that's guaranteed, but it looks like the person on track is Kevin Porter Jr. because he just looked amazing.
Yeah. If he can stay healthy, get healthy and stay healthy, that's going to be big for them.
Yeah, it's just got to be health. And hopefully he doesn't get arrested.
Yeah.
But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Gary Trent Jr. I'm looking at the wrong box score. I was looking at the Utah box score. I was like, I don't recognize any of these players. But it looks like, Gary having that is so good to see him just, be comfortable in that offensive role and just know like, hey, I probably will end up being at least like a top 3 scorer on this team. Yeah. And he really plays like he can be.
100%.
And it's awesome.
Very
the
confident.
Goggles are such a good look as well.
And it's such a flip from the way he started last season, where he's healthy right now. You can tell he's confident. He kind of knows his role, I think. Things are more established. Like he had a really nice, like he dribbled into a pull-up 3 in transition that looked really good. Like one of those players I think we don't talk about enough with Gary, like can kind of shoot out of any circumstance. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of players who aren't really comfortable dribbling into a shot or stepping back or whatever. Gary puts up a shot, I feel confident almost no matter what it is. Like if it's a jumper, I like our chances with Gary Trent Jr. taking it. So very nice, steady game from Gary, which is a great all-time name. And then we did TP, the bench point guards. So Ryan Rollins
Cole Anthony, man.
So
it's funny. We came into this season thinking, oh, that's just going to be a defensive menace group, which it still can be. And it still showed that they are going to ratchet up the pressure, but they didn't do that as much. I feel like the story of their game was offensively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They really picked up the load when they needed it, especially with KPJ going down. They knew they needed to shift into more of an offensive focus to try to, pick up the slack for, losing Kevin Porter Jr. So when you see Cole Anthony and Ryan Rollins both be almost double-digit scorers, they were those 9 points you were talking about earlier, both of them. It's awesome. It's awesome to see. I wish they would hit more threes. Ryan Rollins, especially 1 of 6 from deep, is tough. Had a good couple of steals in there just from his just insane defensive
6 deflections, I believe, total. So obviously usually the other team recovers or it goes out of bounds, but 2 of them did convert to steals. He is like on the list already of top deflection men in the league, and I think he'll remain and maybe even climb it as we go.
All defense second team. We just need a vote. The Wes Matthews Memorial vote.
Yeah, maybe we can avenge Wes, who's now on the Bucks broadcast.
Good. He should be the fill-in for Mark.
He is.
Oh, officially?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they announced it. Wes is the fill-in now. I think Novak is doing some studio crew. I think he's doing like some studio crew here and there, but
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that. Awesome.
That's why he got the rep in preseason.
Let's go, man.
Yeah.
Love Wes Matthews.
Wes Matthews, please come on the pod.
Please, Wes. We can talk about Marquette basketball.
You can talk to him about that. I'll talk to him about the all-defense vote.
What are you just going to sit in the corner?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll let you ask the question as well. It's kind of how our interview pods work. We don't both... Should we say the questions together?
No, I'm just saying you're not going to do anything as part of the conversation about Marquette basketball.
Not really. I don't know anything about Marquette basketball.
That's fair. Wes, come on the pod. Let's make this initiative.
Well, I ironed it out before you get here.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. But no, the guards look good. It's like we talked about all offseason. It's going to be point guard by committee.
Yeah.
Someone might take the reins and say like, okay, I'm going to be the lead guard, but it's still going to need to be point guard and just guard by committee. And they picked up the slack where it was needed. It wasn't the best offensive performance from Ryan Rollins. I like the shots that he took.
Yeah.
I really liked it. He was just taking open threes. Like you can't fault him for that. He was a great shooter last year, and he projects to be a good shooter this year as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just miss.
100%. I thought the worst part about Rollins' game was his playmaking looked a little shaky. He did end up with 3 assists to 2 turnovers, and like his passes were getting deflected. I think a couple of them got deflected and the Bucks got them back. So to go full PFF, probably more than 2 turnover-worthy plays, but 2 of them actually turned into turnovers. Ironically, kind of the same as what he does on defense. But we'll see. I would anticipate he's the starter Friday night, evening in Toronto. Maybe it's Cole Anthony, but I would assume it's Rollins. He got those minutes as the game went on, and I think he can certainly play better than he did in this one. But I would look to like maybe they'll involve Gary a little more offensively as well, because Rollins just is not as comfortable creating offense. Yeah, sorry, Gary Trent. Because Rollins is not as comfortable.
There's 2 Garys.
Yeah, I don't think anyone thought I meant Gary Harris, who only plays garbage time, but you're right. You're right.
The only reason I say that is because I did. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Okay, fair. All right. Gary Trent Jr. I think he might be more involved offensively as like part of actions going forward as long as KPJ is out, because Rollins is not as comfortable or able to just create offense like KPJ can.
Yeah, absolutely. Cole Anthony's fun, man. There was one play where he just laid it up in transition. I was like, bro, just come on, man.
I don't know if he's got it. Let me look it out. Cole Anthony
does have it. He does.
He had 9 points, 5 assists in 12 minutes, which is pretty impressive. 4 or 5 from the field. Created some middies as well. I think he. I can't believe he only played 12 minutes, even with KPJ going down. That surprised me a bit. But he was in, I think, major foul trouble. Yeah, he had 5 fouls. So that's probably.
Yeah, he was in bad foul trouble.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the bench spark plug thing is real. And I think now it's funny because we're like initially like, oh, why'd you sign Cole Anthony if you have Rollins and KPJ? Imagine if they didn't. And right now it's like Rollins starts and your backup point guard is Ajax. Like, no offense to Ajax, who I feel like is taking some strays in this podcast, but just not a shot creator the way Cole Anthony is, which now feels very important to have a third real point guard on the team.
Yeah, we'd probably be like, oh, God, can the Bucks sign Spencer Dinwiddie?
Yeah. Oh, if only Russ was still around, which is never a good place to be. No. 2 dunks in 67 games last year for Cole.
He's got it, though. He
did have 14 dunks in his second year. Yeah, he is able to dunk.
He was in the dunk contest.
What?
Yes.
That can't be true.
That's true.
Why?
Not last year, but the year before. He was in the dunk contest.
What?
Yeah, he
was
dunked
2022. 2022.
Remember that?
That's stupid that they put him in. That was 2022, though. It's not. So I think that was the year he had 14 dunks. Yeah.
Don't you remember he put on the Timbs and then
I didn't remember that, honestly. Yeah, that was the year he had the most dunks, so I guess he earned it. No, he didn't really. Like, why did we do that?
He's a small guy with bounce.
He's too small.
He plays well in the dunk contest.
But he's too small.
Nate Robinson won.
We're not even on the same planet as dunkers. Of course Nate Robinson won. Nate Robinson is a dunker.
I knew that would bother you when you were
actually. Cole Anthony dunks more in games than Nate Robinson, so I just don't know anymore. All right, whatever.
The dunk contest makes 0 sense. Let's not take that as a reason for anything. I say as I'm the one who brought it up.
I guess Pat Connaughton went too. There's a big difference between like in game and how athletic you are.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cole Anthony, Tim's dunker.
It didn't go well. He didn't make it out of the first round.
Well, yeah, it's tough. Just imagine you're looking at the field and it's like, I don't know, Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine and then Cole Anthony. Was that one of those years probably in 22?
No, it was. I wasn't. I think.
No, that was way back. Was that like 2016?
Yeah.
God,
that was a long time
Jesus
ago.
Christ.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
Yeah, 22 is almost the G League guy, Mac McClung, who's like engineered in a lab.
Yeah. The funniest thing about Mac McClung, by the way, is when everyone was freaking out that he was signed and then waived 3 hours later. Like, you don't know what an Exhibit 10 deal is.
I know. I thought he had potential. I think the Bulls did it for him this year. Anyway.
I mean, he's going to play for Windy City, I think, right?
Yeah, so we'll probably see him in Oshkosh a couple times.
Yeah. That's why they waived him.
Yeah.
After 3 hours. Is there any other players we didn't talk about? Not Gary Harris. Amir Coffey got some run. He's clearly ahead of Ajax in the rotation.
Yep.
So once KPJ went down, he needed to have someone else in there. He played all right. You know, he didn't look lost out there. He didn't look bad out there. It's the priorities in the rotation that are, what we thought they would be.
Yeah.
with Coffee being ahead of Gary Harris and Ajax.
Yep.
And unfortunately, TA.
And Sims. Although that's probably more positional. I'm sure if a big went down,
I would say that's positional. Sims. But, got his one bucket just by going to the basket. And I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah. The Bucks need that.
Yeah, I mean, didn't take or make any threes, which is what everyone thought about as like the one thing he does, but got to the basket. I thought looked athletic on defense. I mean, I don't think he's like a stopper. I don't think he's going to get our one all defense vote, but I thought he looked okay. Defense, and he had 2 assists. So like, yeah, just like nice contributions and a really
nice, a good connector wing. Just that you have in your deep bench.
An overqualified player to like break glass. Like we thought that was going to be like Gary Harris. Amir Coffey is like, this is a guy who's not even in the normal rotation, but we can just bring him in if there's an injury. Yeah, that's what you talk about in terms of depth for this team. And you still have Ajax, who was like a 41 or whatever game starter last season, like still after
locked up Shea to win the NBA Cup.
Yeah. A lot of AJ Green possessions there too. I'm watching Starting 5, the Netflix show, and I saw the Cup episode. A lot of AJ Green possessions defensively on Shea in that game as well. Just saying.
Yeah. They have dreams about him. Nightmares, I should say.
He did not enjoy the Cup. Shea did not enjoy the Cup in the interview there. In case you were wondering.
Because he lost?
Yeah. I think that was why.
Yeah. Bucks and Thunder, only teams to get a banner this year. Or last year.
They keep saying the Thunder only lost to one Eastern Conference team, which I think leaves out the Bucks because the game doesn't technically count, which is lame. They lost to the Bucks too.
They did.
Also insane, though, to play, 30 games? 30 games against the other conference and lose one of them? I guess 31 and lose 2. Yeah, there's 15 teams in the other conference. You play them twice.
Oh, my God. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't either.
I don't know.
I was like, I feel pretty good about that math.
You know what? In my head, I was like, oh, it's just half of 82.
No.
Oh, man.
No, I was actually looking at this recently because in our Discord, and this is a minutia we can probably end with. We'll do a little schedule look ahead. But, is the East versus West really that different in scheduling? And it really is because I took Portland as an example, and Portland's, not good, but their division.
they got some issues.
They got some issues. They got a lot of issues right now. But, their division, I think they play Nuggets, Thunder, and another good team 4 times automatically
Minnesota.
Every year. Yeah, Wolves. So that's 12 games against really good teams. And then they happen to draw. The thing no one talks about or looks at is how many times you draw the in-conference, not division teams, because it can be 3 or 4. And they also drew... Oh, now I'm forgetting. I looked this up. The other 2 best teams in the West, basically, the Rockets and the Clippers, I think. The Clippers didn't look good, but were projected to be good. 4 times also. Yeah. So they have 20 games against those 4 teams, whereas the Bucks play those teams obviously only 2 times each instead of 4. So literally half the games against those West teams. And also they only drew the Knicks and Magic, I think. Or no, they drew the Knicks only 3 times. So the best non-division team in their conference, they only have 3 games against versus 4. So it can be a pretty big deal.
Yeah, the Bucks have a pretty favorable schedule this year.
Yeah. The rest advantage is in their favor, and they just don't play good teams that often versus everyone. I mean, obviously they have 4 against the Cavs, who didn't look great. They're a little banged up. Kind of an opportunity, I think, for the Bucks to jump on them here, but we'll see.
Yeah, speaking of which, the Bucks' next game is against the Toronto Raptors, and that has been moved to 5:30 p.m.
Yep.
Because of the World Series. Feels like that Squidward meme of him just looking outside.
Yeah, I know. Oh, great. I have time to watch the World Series after. Awesome. I would be really excited about that, if only.
Yeah, so they play the Raptors in Toronto, their first road trip of the season, going to Toronto, playing them at 5:30. The Raptors won their first game, I believe.
Yeah, they ran all over the Hawks. They didn't shoot the ball well, but they were in trend. They're running. They're playing very fast. And the Hawks could not defend them, which I thought was odd.
Yeah, won by 20.
Yeah, kind of destroyed them. Not a good start for the ballyhooed Hawks.
No. And then the aforementioned Cleveland game, also on the road on Sunday at 5 p.m. as well. But that'll be 6. It's 6 Eastern.
Yeah.
5 Central. I don't know why that matters.
Yeah, same as the other one. Actually matters it matters less than the other one because the other one's in Eastern. This one, actually, Is this an Eastern?
This is an Eastern.
Eastern, sorry, my bad. I always forget Cleveland's over there.
I was like,
my
Detroit's
bad.
in Eastern time.
Yeah, I mean, even Indiana is, and it's like right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it still doesn't matter.
Still doesn't matter. Yeah, but it matters as much as we thought. And then we'll pod again before the next game, which is Knicks at Bucks, the next home game, Tuesday night at 7.
Little 3-game homestand here where you have the Knicks, the Warriors, and the Kings coming to town. The Knicks is obviously the biggest test. The Warriors, I have a lot of thoughts about the Warriors.
They look good in their first game.
Against the flawed Lakers. We'll see how sustainable that is.
The Kings opened with a big win too.
Yeah,
I don't
They're
believe
like,
in them,
maybe we didn't need Jonathan Kuminga.
He looked good as well in the first game. Malik Monk had a good game too, though.
Like Steve Kerr was even saying, he looked more mature. He did. What was it? He took like 2 middies and then he was like, "No, hand up. I shouldn't be doing that."
Yeah,
that's like, factor. Maybe all parties can actually grow from this.
The one I've got circled though on the upcoming schedule has to be the next
Indiana?
Monday. Yeah, November 3rd. Myles Turner's return to Indiana and the grudge match. We have not seen the Pacers play yet. They're one of the couple teams starting, I believe, tonight.
Against
OKC. Did someone start Friday?
That'd be insane.
The Wolves? Have the Wolves played yet? No, I think they played.
The Wolves did play. Yeah, the Wolves
I think everyone's played except the Nuggets have not played yet. Do they play tonight too?
The Nuggets do play tonight.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's only basically it's oh wow, it's an ESPN night. It's Thunder at Pacers, Nuggets at Warriors.
Really funny that not funny, but Myles Turner's return is going to just be like the first night of a back-to-back. We might see some, guys sit out. I mean probably I would say KPJ is still going to be out.
Well, we'll see about KPJ. I think they'll try Indiana and they'll rest at Toronto if they have to.
They have to try against Indiana.
Yeah,
you have to do it for Myles.
Yeah. And I mean, everyone else on the team too, they're sick of losing to these guys. I don't think there's not a single player on the roster who's like, yeah, it's fine if we lose to Indiana again. Maybe Gary Harris.
I was going to say Gary Harris.
Yeah, I'm fine in every context. Don't worry. I got my second year, so
I was going to say even like Amir Coffey, but like Amir Coffey is like, he's trying to make the rotation. He's going to be like, no, I need to do this for the guys, get them to trust me. Gary's just like, I'm chilling.
Do you watch I Think You Should Leave?
I do.
The Santa in the movie sketch where he's like, that's my rate now. That's Gary Harris with the player option. I've got my rate. It doesn't matter if the movie does well or not. I've got my rate.
Oh, man. R.I.P. to that guy.
Yeah, it's sad. He had a crazy name. Didn't he? What was his name? You remember?
I forgot.
I think it rhymes. It's not Tingus Pingus, but it reminds me of that.
It's not Kristaps Porzingis' nickname.
Biff Whiff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. R.I.P. to Biff Whiff.
Biff Whiff. Rest in peace. Great all-time performance in that. But then, the schedule definitely lightens a lot. Just to quickly look ahead. I mean, you host at Raptors, that back-to-back. Then you host the Bulls for the first NBA Cup game, November 7th.
Yeah.
Host Rockets is tough at Mavs, but then Hornets, Lakers, Cavs, Sixers, Pistons, Blazers, Heat, Knicks, Nets, Wiz, Pistons, Sixers, Pistons, Raptors. I'm just saying names now, but that's kind of their whole schedule.
You've gotten past the cup at this point.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole schedule, though, is like a couple good teams, a couple bad teams.
It's the East. It's the benefits of playing in the East and having a favorable schedule, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
it's going to be good. Can we, for 1 second? I know we've already gone over.
Yeah, we're good.
Talk about how awesome the NBC broadcast was.
Oh, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to catching the Bucks either on NBC proper or the Peacock when time allows.
Which is the first game is the Knicks game on Tuesday, is the first NBC game for the Bucks.
Nice.
So that's gonna be awesome. Mike Tirico is just a legendary Italian.
Yeah, top all time, him and Bill Simmons.
Throw Dante in there too. It's just awesome. I still don't love Reggie, but I think Reggie's better here than he was on TNT.
Yeah, I think Jamal helps. Jamal Crawford seems pretty good.
Jamal is fun. He needs to grow into it. He's still not used to it. You can tell.
Yeah,
But I think he has good potential to be there.
I
He
agree.
needs to figure out the timings. But I genuinely liked what he had to say, which is the most important part.
Yeah, I think
But just
I
the
find him
way they handled
insightful. I
it.
liked him on the FanDuel and stuff. But yeah, they're focused on the game more, and it comes through with like every part of
It's
their broadcast.
the first time in probably over a decade that I didn't turn off the channel when it was halftime.
Yeah, I like their crew is really good. I've got to say the Michael Jordan thing is hilarious.
It's so funny.
They got like
It's so
2 hours
funny.
of Michael Jordan's time, and they're gonna milk it the whole season.
They made it sound like he's just going to be like a correspondent who comes in studio and does like, or at least like interviews,
I
like
thought
live
he would.
interviews.
Yeah, I thought he would do, or I thought he'd do like segments, like even if it's just like you could do the same thing, right? Like you get him for like 2 hours every month or something, but like talking about players' games and like his memories or something. And it was just like I went to a party and shot a free throw and I hadn't touched a basketball and I made it. That was what he said in the first one.
Yeah, I know it's very funny.
And
Here's
I
the
was
thing: I
like,
still enjoyed it.
yeah, I was
I
like,
still
that's
enjoyed it.
awesome. That's so sick, dude, that you shot a free throw at a kid's party and made it.
I see why people defend him so much because he is like he does have some charisma to
Aura.
him.
He is the definition of aura. Always has been.
And it's just like, you know, I obviously wasn't around when he was in his playing days.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's and he's kind of like disappeared from the world
Yeah.
as he did talk about
Mhm.
in this interview. And it's like, you know, it's like, why would I do that when I can go spend time with my family, which I missed out on when I was playing a lot. So you're not going to catch me doing that when I can do this instead.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, it's awesome. Like, good for him.
I like that he also had to say, like, why am I, like, they asked him, why is he doing this? And he's like, I'm not hurting for money. Like, yeah, we all know the Jordan brand deal. Like, we all understand the Nike. There's movies about your Nike thing, dude. We get it. Like, we remember. You're doing
like
okay.
That room in his house is just like, oh my goodness.
I know. It looks like a set. Like, you can just go to his house. There's probably multiple rooms.
I thought it was a set.
There's probably multiple
rooms
rooms like that. I mean, there's probably an NBA, like, there's probably a basketball room they'll go to, pulling Mike to different places. Who knows?
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I owe this to the game of basketball. It's like, okay, that's kind of cool. You know, I haven't really seen anything about Jordan, you know, aside from him playing. He's just kind of like, as you said, disappeared from.
Do you ever watch Winning? Have you seen Winning Time? Or no, what's it called?
I haven't.
No, it's not called that.
No, Winning Time was the
Lakers thing, which is also really good.
Yeah. What was it called? Oh my god. The documentary.
Yeah, the Jordan
I know what you're talking about.
If you haven't seen it, you should. It's propaganda, but like he's in it a lot, and they actually got him to open up about his playing days, and it's really good.
See, that's the thing. I know it's propaganda, which is like
it's worth it though. It's fine. Just like you know it going in. I mean, that's going to be every doc going forward because now.
I mean, this is probably going to make me want to do that.
Yeah, like you should. Dude, there's this part where he's like my teammates came before me. I didn't ask them to do anything I didn't want to do, and it shows like they have all this. It's all like behind the scenes footage too. It's like he's like running his ass off on like sprints, doing a bunch of lifting and stuff. And there's some sick stuff like he just like lost a playoff game, and he's in the locker room smoking a cigar, swinging a baseball bat, and like he just had that. I mean, he's so sick, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. But NBC is awesome. They actually care about the game of basketball. And it's really cool. I think we're gonna see Amazon
The Last Dance
at some point. Last Dance, thank you. That was bothering me. I was gonna look it up when we were done.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Amazon's broadcast at some point. I think they're doing cup games.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
So we shall see. But
that's the one they have like Blake Griffin and stuff, right? Like they have a really good.
Yeah, they have Blake
Griffin
and Dirk. Taylor Rooks is there. Not Vince. Vince is NBC, but they got a good crew.
Prime Video. We will not see them until November 28th. Bucks at Knicks.
Okay.
Our cup game is our first cup game is not on national TV. They didn't want to put Bucks Bulls out there for the world. Sad.
No, I don't think you need to. But no, I just thought it was really cool. Meanwhile, they got, you know, them playing clips of Chuck trashing ESPN on ESPN.
Hilarious.
I didn't even watch it.
No, I mean It is what it is.
It's just like seeing what basketball broadcast can be just makes me not want to watch that even more.
Yeah, and it's one of those like it's like a late night show. If there's a really funny clip, I'll see it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what it is. It's just it's trying to get the funny clips that I'll see later. It's like I'm not gonna watch SNL, but if there's a funny SNL sketch, I'm gonna see it.
Yeah, I wonder like what percentage of people your age watch SNL. It's got to like live. It's got to be. I mean, that's like those whole late night shows. If you look up like, and you'd think it's stupid, but like Jimmy Fallon YouTube, his YouTube does preposterous numbers. Like that's how people consume basically late night is a YouTube show now, and same with SNL.
Yeah, yeah, and then they put it on late enough, and people like older people are gonna watch it live,
gobble it up.
Relatively older.
And on Facebook.
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon's Facebook number has to be like $1 billion a year.
It's crazy.
It's just him cackling, cracking up while someone's like, I sat in a chair. Oh, no, you didn't. I did.
They said sit down, and I sat down.
You sat in the chair?
Absolute cinema.
Here's a picture of you sitting in the chair.
Can you sign this picture of you sitting in this chair?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. Yeah, that's all. But we're back.
Yeah.
This is our second pod this week, and you should probably get used to that because we're going to be doing that all season long.
Yep.
But we'll say thank you for listening to this episode of the Euro Step here on Blue Wire and GSPN, presented by our amazing, wonderful friends over at Prize Picks. Check the link in our bios for more. Make sure you're subscribed wherever you're listening to or watching this podcast, whether that's your podcast platform of choice or YouTube. 5-star rating and review, engage in the comments, pod random. We'll talk to you next time.